You have written down your goals for next year for your business, right? If you haven't, first you need to make sure you write down those goals and make sure you focus on specifics as far as growing your business, increasing your clients, and also increasing your profits. Make sure you have that written down. And then what I'm going to talk about in this video is really going to be focused on several different things to help you implement those strategies, just tips to help you get where you want to go for your goals in the new year. Hi, I'm Tricia Clements, Chief Fur Wrangler with MuttButs.com, a social media manager and consultant. And in this video, we're going to talk about how you are going to implement different strategies so that you reach your goals for the new year for your business. A lot of times people sit down, write those goals, and then they don't have individual strategies, things they're going to do to accomplish them. So let's say you have your first part done. If you haven't, you need to make sure you go write down those goals. And then the next part is implementing them. So I have 5 tips that are going to help you grow and expand your business for the next upcoming year. The first one is professionalism. So a lot of small businesses will sometimes get out there and start working their business and really look for saving a little bit of money in the short term, but you need to really look for the long term. And one of the things about that is making sure that you show that you are a professional, that you are in it for the long haul. This is not a temporary thing that you're doing. The one biggie that stands out for me, and that is your email address. Make sure your email address is a specific email address. And what I mean by that is do not want to put on any of your business cards, your website, anything like that. Any type of email that's like a Gmail, a Bell South, an AOL, a Yahoo, you don't want to have that. You want to have your name or your website. That's what you want to have for your email. You want to let people know that you have taken the time to get that domain so that you are professional and you can give them your professional email address. And the second is your logo. Okay, you don't necessarily have to have a really expensive, fancy logo. And when you first start out, maybe you're not sure exactly what you want your logo to be, so you wait a bit. That's fine as well. But when you put images on your social media and your website, you want to make sure that you include either your logo or on that image, your website. So you're going to have either your logo or your website there on any of your images that you created. Make sure you do it to created images. Do not put that on someone else's image. I've got some links I will show you to previous videos where I talk about that extensively. But make sure you're putting your information on your images that you create and post. You can do that when you're scheduling them out, or also if you're out and about taking pictures and you want to post a picture, make sure you just take a second and put your logo or your website on there. It does make a difference. You want, if anyone sees that, comments on that, shares that, you want your information to be on there for your branding purposes. The third thing I want to talk about is systems. When you're working your business, a lot of times you get bogged down into the details, but you sometimes want to definitely take a step back and say, okay, this is something that I do every day, every week, every month, whatever it is. And if you have a specific system that you do, an order that you do it in, make sure you have that information written down. So one, if someone else needs to help out, it's easy for you to go. You don't have to sit here and think of everything and write it down. It's already done for you. And also, sometimes you get in a rush and you forget things. So I really like to use something called Trello, and that's a free online. You can sign up for it, and it has all kinds of different boards and lists. You can create things with Trello. So when you're creating your systems, write them down and write them down where you can access them. And I like to use Trello because I can access it from not only my computer, but also my phone. Number 4 is automation. So I've talked about automation before, but the one thing you need to remember is automate what you can. There are some things that cannot and should not be automated, but everything that can be automated should. I have a great tool that I use called Post Planner, and you can start with that for just $3 a month. Yes, $3 a month. And what I like to do when I create evergreen content on my blogs, I like to go ahead and set that up in Post Planner. You can set it out to go indefinitely. Just schedule it indefinitely. If it's something that's evergreen, go ahead and set that up and let it go and have that content be shared on your social media channels. And that Post Planner is really specifically for Facebook and Twitter. I love using it for those two platforms. One thing that you do want to keep in mind, I like to say schedule something out in a certain number of days. What that means is that when I schedule it, instead of saying I want that to repeat every 2 or 3 weeks, instead I might say I want that to repeat every 16 days. Because you don't want it to hit the same exact day of the month. So go ahead and schedule it. You might want to do one for, let's say, 25 days and do it in the evening, and then do one for maybe 15 days and do it in the morning. So schedule that out on Post Planner. Just $3 a month, you can get started with Post Planner. Number 5 is your pricing strategy. This is where a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs have a lot of trouble. I know I've had trouble with it as well, figuring out what you're going to charge. I like to use a tool called Toggl, T-O-G-G-L. You can set that up online and input different categories for your different clients and also the different tasks that you do. And the best thing about that is you go in there and you have it on your phone. You can have an app on your phone. Also, you can have it on your computer pulled up. Anytime you start a task for a specific client, you go ahead and push start on there and keep track of the time. It's really easy. I thought it would be something that would be inconvenient to use. However, after I've started using it, I find that it is wonderful because you really see how long you're spending working on specific type of tasks, so that it helps you to determine how you're going to price those and if you need to maybe increase a fee or two somewhere. And also it helps you determine for specific clients. If there are some clients that you know that you may spend a little more time on things for, you can tell exactly how much more time you're spending on that project and for that client. So it's really something that's good to help you determine how to price things. Now that you have my 5 tips that are going to help you implement your business goals and strategies, I hope you have a wonderful and prosperous new year coming up. I'm Tricia Clemens with MuttButs.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell when you subscribe so you'll know when I have new videos that come out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.